Welcome back to CatchMark SportsNet's Fall Catch-Up, a segment where we recap a wide variety of sports happenings in the past week for the West Michigan Conference. First, we want to go ahead and shout out to our sponsors: Foundation Systems of Michigan, Scheid Plumbing, Heating and Cooling, David Dusenberry at Coldwell Banker, Durga Insurance, Chris Dykema and Sarah Real at Greenridge, Big Stone Therapies, Van Dyke Mortgage Lakeshore, North Grove Brewers, and Grieve Law. Thank you. First, we're going to start with football. And at the battle for the bell, Kyle Stratton and the Whitehall Vikings took most of the drama out of it. They jumped on Montague early en route to a 60-6 score. It's the widest margin of victory in the series since 1950 at least. Stratton, the 5'8", 165-pound quarterback, rushed for a game-high 165 yards and 2 touchdowns on only 11 carries. He got Whitehall on the board in the first 2 minutes on a 19-yard scoring run, and then made it 20-0 about 5.5 minutes later on a 48-yard gallop. Stratton also completed 8 of 18 passes for 149 yards with 3 TDs and only 1 pick. He sure seems like a front-runner for the West Michigan Conference Player of the Year, but there's a ways to go. Whitehall's looked powerful in its first 4 games, outscoring points by a combined 211 to 62 points, and that margin has brought them to a 4-0 record and a number 2 ranking in the Associated Press's Division IV poll. Whitehall hosts Msu this Friday, while Montague hits the road again for a key game against Ludington. Speaking of Ludington, the Orioles hung tough on Friday. They played Oak Ridge, but they ended up falling 30-18. Believe it or not, this coming Friday's game for Ludington is the first at home for the Orioles this season. Like Whitehall, Oak Ridge improves to 4-0 as the Eagles have also been impressive. The Eagles host Fremont this Friday, and then it's the West Michigan Conference Showdown in Week 6. Oak Ridge welcomes Whitehall. The Week 5 game of the week pits a couple of WMC Rivers Division teams that are off to 3-1 starts overall and both riding 3-game winning streaks. Hart visits North Muskegon this Friday at Fred Jackson Memorial Field. CatchMark SportsNet will produce a free live stream for the Pirates vs. Norseman matchup, which is a North Grove Brewers WMC game of the week. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. with a pregame show at 6:30. Now to boys tennis. And speaking of North Muskegon, one of the better stories you're going to hear unfold at Grant last Monday. Tate Stine, a North Muskegon sophomore who was diagnosed with leukemia a couple years ago, and number 3 doubles partner Luke Toby earned a 6-3 victory over their Grant counterparts. This win ultimately lifted North Muskegon to a 5-3 team win over Grant. It's been a challenging season for the Norsemen, who improved to 3-16-1 with the win over the Tigers last Monday, but Panucci's fight and perseverance put things in perspective. Panucci underwent chemotherapy the morning of the match versus Grant. North Muskegon coach Cody Liverance said he wasn't expecting Panucci to play, but he insisted on it. According to Liverance, Panucci's chemo treatments leave him very tired, and they also hurt his back and hands pretty badly. Well, Tate powered through and helped his doubles team earn the key victory. When Panucci and Toby won, they were surrounded by their teammates and congratulated. Liverance said that Tate pretty much laid down and wiped away tears because of how much pain he was in. Panucci one day hopes to return to the football field, but just being able to compete is a huge step for him. We're all inspired by you, Tate, and pulling for you. Now on to boys soccer. Ludington continues to be the team to beat in the West Michigan Conference. The Chris Anderson coached Orioles are 11-1-1 overall and 5-0 in conference play after 4-goal wins over the league title contenders Whitehall and Manistee last week. Ludington's lone loss this season has come against Petoskey, 1-0 on August 30th. The Orioles' tie came against Cedar Springs in a scoreless match on August 27th. Ludington's defense and goalkeeper have been on point, as the Orioles have allowed only 7 total goals in 13 matches so far this season. They've recorded 7 shutouts so far. Ludington was ranked number 13 in the latest Michigan's High School Soccer Coaches Association Division II poll. The Orioles next visit Oak Ridge and Arturo Romero this Thursday in a 6 p.m. match. And Whitehall did get the best of Montague. Before Whitehall tangled with Montague on the football field last Friday, though, the Vikings squared off with Wildcats on the pitch 2 days earlier. Visiting Whitehall emerged victorious there too, collecting a 4-1 victory. Mason Kelly led the way for the Vikings with a pair of goals. Whitehall currently sits 3rd in the WMC standings behind Ludington and Manistee only. The Vikings are 4-3-1 overall and 3-1-1 in the league. Manistee is 4-1 in the conference. Whitehall fell to Ludington last Monday 5-1 and visits Manistee this Wednesday. On to volleyball. It's a busy time for the WMC volleyball teams, and the WMC Lakes appears to be a wide open race. One of the bigger matches in the league season happens this Tuesday night when Montague hosts rival Whitehall. CatchMark SportsNet will be producing a free live stream for the 7 p.m. match. Check it out on our CatchMark SportsNet YouTube channel. In the WMC Rivers Division, one of the top matches of the track will be Shelby at North Muskegon on October 4th. Now, Hart continues to lead the pack for the WMC conference programs when it comes to cross country. The Pirates compete in the Rivers Division of the WMC, and they pulled away for dominant victories in the first WMC Jamboree of the season last Tuesday at MCC's University Park Golf Course, that is Muskegon Community College. Hart followed that up with strong shows at the Msu Spartan Invitational Friday at Forest Acres East Golf Course. The boys and girls teams both placed second in the white division of the multi-team event. Senior Clayton Ackley won the boys event with a time of 16:25.27, while sophomore Jessica Jazowinski took first in the girls race with a time of 18:22.03. The second WMC Jamboree for the Rivers is this Tuesday at Riverside Park in Scottville, while the second Lakes Division Jamboree is this Tuesday at West Shore Community College. Stay locked on at CatchMarkSports.com and the CatchMark SportsNet YouTube channel for more coverage. Before signing off, let's give one more mention of our sponsors: Foundation Systems of Michigan, Scheid Plumbing, Heating and Cooling, David Dusenberry at Coldwell Banker, Durga Insurance, Chris Dykema, Sarah Real Greenridge, Big Stone Therapies, Van Dyke Mortgage Lakeshore, North Grove Brewers, and Grieve Law. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned in and stay prepared for the next fall catch-up coming next week. Thank you.